Hello, it's Hari and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video you're gonna know whether you should give a read to Do Epic Shit by Ankur Warikoo. So let's go. And before we move on, I'm really sorry for not being able to upload for the last month or so. I've been really busy building my business, working on my business, and I have really had very little time to read, but I have decided that I'll make at least 2 videos every month no matter what happens. So yes, hopefully I'll be able to stick to that. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do. But yes, coming to this book has been the rave of the online self-development, personal development world for some time. And it has gotten a lot of mixed reviews from a lot of people. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you what is good about this book, what is bad about this book, who should read and who should not read this book for sure. So let's go. Now talking about the good things first. So if you do not know Ankur Warikoo already, I don't know, do you live under a rock? He is a very popular content creator. He has been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, if I'm not wrong. He shares his journey. He talks about money, entrepreneurship, investing, and a lot of other things of life in general that people find really insightful. Personally, I really like him a lot because he talks like a very wise man. The way he talks, his tone and all of that, I think that resonates a lot with me. So I really am a big fan of Ankur Warikoo, but I would not let that bias my review of this book. So talking about the good things in this book, I think one of the best things about this book is that this book is a perfect fit for anyone who has not read much before, wants to start the habit of reading, because a big problem that non-readers face is not finishing books, or even readers face is not being able to finish books, and by the time they want to resume, they have forgotten where they left it. Since this book has bite-sized lessons in each and every page, it is much more easier to get into the habit of reading. You can just open at any page and read it and take something away for yourself through the day. That is a big plus point of this book. Frankly, it is perfect for starting reading journey. Secondly, if you have not watched much of Warikoo's content online, if you have not exposed yourself much to what are the things he talks about, then you will find a lot of things very, very valuable in this book, because the lessons he shares are really good. This book is in 6 parts or so. There are parts on habits, relationships, money, etc. And all of them are very well distinguished. And if you can see, I've already bookmarked so many pages here, because the quotes, the way he expresses his ideas, all of them are very unique and they really make you think, frankly speaking. But the problem here is that if you are someone who has already exposed yourself to the contents that he talks about, you might already know half of these things, right? So it will not be anything new to you. This book is written with the intent of making it a bite-sized read, all the pages and all of that. You can read it anytime. Hence, it is presented in this way. So the style may or may not resonate with you. So I hope that my description of it gives you an idea whether you should get it or not. Now, talking about myself, I was already exposed to his content, so automatically I couldn't find a lot of new things. But it does help a lot that I have it all at hand. I can open it, read it anytime, instead of having to scroll through his Instagram or YouTube every time I want to hear or read something from him. So that is a plus point for sure. Another very good thing about this book is that it is written in very, very simple language. I think Indians specifically prefer simply written books over the ones which have like too much of vocabulary going on. And that is really cool. That makes this book really accessible to the masses, which is of course something that I would really applaud. I would love more and more Indians to start their journey of reading. And language is definitely a major factor in accessibility of a book to the public. So that is one good thing. Now talking about the bad things, since these are lessons he has already talked about, you might not find a lot of new things here. So if that is something that you are expecting, maybe do not. Secondly, these are bite-sized lessons, so every page has something new in it. So if you're someone who likes reading in a flow, you want a certain thing after a certain while, or if you are reading a book with a certain intent, a very specific intent, maybe this book is not it for you. And thirdly, anyone who has read a lot of self-development content online, anyone who has exposed themselves a lot to non-fiction in general in all the areas that Ankur Warikoo talks about, they might already know a lot of these things, because Ankur Warikoo himself says that there's not a lot of groundbreaking things that he's talking about. This is just his personal experience, and of course it has his own flavor. But if you are someone who already knows these concepts, you're looking for some new concepts, maybe you will not find as many as you would like to. and that might turn you off. So in that case also, I would recommend not going for this book. Anyone else, anyone starting their reading journey, anyone looking to read a good book, anyone looking to read a book that is going to impact you in many, many areas of your life, money, time, relationships, etc., is definitely going to love this book. And I hope that you are going to give this book a read if all that sounds interesting. Let me know which book I should review next. I will try to do a book haul next. I have bought a lot of books in the past couple of months, but as a professional bookworm, I have not read half of them yet. The thing is, the older I grow, the harder it gets to finish books. So yes, if you're someone like me, maybe get a book like this. And yes, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment below. Let me know about what are the things that you're looking forward to. By the way, I would like to end this video with some of my personal favorite sections from the book. Okay, one of those sections was, you are what you do, not what you say you'll do. And this is very impactful to me, because I think for the longest time, myself and even with people, I valued words a lot, but lately I have started valuing action much more, and that has made a huge impact in my life. So that put into words here really resonated a lot with me. There was another quote that we have just one life, why live it with just one identity? This again resonated a lot with me. Ankur Warikoo himself is an entrepreneur who creates content, so he is of course talking about this in a much better way. But I personally am also someone who pursues lots of ventures. I have lots of shades to my personality, and a lot of times there are, since I'm so publicly accessible online, people do get disappointed when they see a certain part of my life and they're like, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? And this was really resonant with what I really needed to hear. And there's a page on what are the skills that are really good, but like important skills, but they are hardly taught. And he says humor, storytelling, agreed, managing money, human psychology, and cold emailing. By the way, cold emailing is a skill that I am trying to master this year. So if anyone is really good at that, please drop me a mail, a cold email. And yes, these are like some of the lessons I personally really liked. I hope that you find even more. And yes, with that, I think it's time for me to take your leave. Bye bye.